to the Nigerian public and the international community. In his opening remarks at the meeting, the minister expressed profound satisfaction with the growing synergy between key communication stakeholders within the government. Idris commended the collaborative efforts between the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, the heads of public information agencies and presidential aides responsible for media, information, strategy and communication. He noted that this unity of purpose and coordination has significantly enhanced the quality, coherence and reach of public messaging on the policies and achievements of the Tinubu administration. According to the minister, the strengthened partnership has ensured that government communication is more strategic, evidence-based, and responsive to public concerns. Idris also emphasized that the improved collaboration has contributed to building public trust and increasing awareness of the Renewed Hope agenda's impact across critical sectors such as the economy, infrastructure, health, education, social services, among others. The minister encouraged stakeholders to deepen the cooperation, maintain high standards of professionalism, and continue to speak with one voice in promoting the administration's successes both nationally and internationally. Going forward, the National Communication Team resolved to intensify efforts in showcasing the achievements of the Tinubu administration in sectors such as rural economy, infrastructure development, agriculture, and the ongoing fight against insecurity, among others. Now turning to education, where Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has released results of 1,911,551 candidates who sat for 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. Olayinka Ojo reports that 39,834 results are withheld, while 1,426 are still under scrutiny.
Thousand 862 candidates that registered for the 2025 UTME, more than 1.9 million were successfully verified and sat for the examination. However, 71,705 candidates were absent and 2,157 had their fingerprints rejected.
Statistics from the 2025 UTME indicates a significant reduction in cases of examination malpractices. The various innovative measures introduced by the board are proving effective.
According to JAMB, 4,756 candidates scored 320 and above, while 24.9% scored between 140 and 159, and a total of 2,031 candidates scored below 100. Regarding underage applicants, JAMB disclosed that 41,027 candidates fell into this category. However, 467 met the benchmark score required for exceptional candidates. Responding to cases of examination malpractice such as WhatsApp runs, attempted substitution of self by candidates, double NIN registration, among others, the board reports that 21 states were flagged for infractions, with Anambra State topping the list.
We will not allow people. We will make sure that we, working with NIMSI and other agencies, ensure that we block this type of loopholes.
In its commitment to uphold the integrity of CBT process, JAMB announced the delisting of 4 CBT centers due to substandard performance and fraudulent practices, while 3 others have been blacklisted over technical deficiencies. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
Now, proceedings continue in the arraignment of former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello in court by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, as the prior court judgment on allegations of fraud leveled against the defendant became the issue of contention. Olabode Arewa reports that Yahaya Bello was also accused of using state funds to pay for his children's school fees.
The major issue that dominated arguments before Justice Emeka Nwite was whether the EFCC, as a prosecutor, should be allowed to re-examine their prosecution witness on the statements he made absolving former Governor Yahaya Bello from being complicit in the mismanagement of Kogi State funds. A prior judgment delivered by the High Court of the FCT had cleared Yahaya Bello from involvement in using his cousin Ali Bello as a front to siphon Kogi State funds, and the said judgment admitted in exhibit by Justice Nwite's court. Efforts by the FCC to have the Nicholas Ojeomo re-examined was objected to by Yahaya Bello's defense team, who argued that to do so would require the FCC to declare their own witness as a hostile witness. Justice Emeka Nwite adjourned ruling on the FCC's prayers to June 27th. Yahaya Bello had consistently pleaded not guilty to allegations of pilfering the funds belonging to Kogi State government, but the EFCC held that he had a case of fraud and stealing to answer. From the Federal High Court, Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
And the federal government says it is untrue, a report from a section of the media alleging that it has commenced an extradition process against Simon Ekpa. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, in a statement in Abuja says the report is a misconception of the clarification that the Chief Law Officer of the nation made on the matter. Ekpa, a leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is currently standing trial in Finland for the charge filed against him by the Finnish government. To set the record straight, what the AGF said during the question and answer session was that the Nigerian government had been engaging with Finnish authorities to ensure that Simon Ekpa is held accountable for his actions. He explained that since the crimes committed by Simon Ekpa were cross-border, Ajudua is standing trial for allegedly obtaining the sum of $1,043,000 from a Palestinian, Zad Abu Zalaf, in fraudulent circumstances. Delivering judgment on the appeals on Friday, the Supreme Court allowed the EFCC's appeals and revoked Ajudua's bail granted to him by the Court of Appeal, Lagos, and reinstated a ruling of Justice Dada which declined to grant him bail. The Supreme Court also ordered that Fred Ajudua be remanded in the correctional center. The Apex Court further directed that the Chief Judge of Lagos State should reassign the case to Justice Dada to continue the trial. This is the news at 11 on NTN News 24. We take a short break now. The news continues in a moment. Don't go away.
I therefore call on my colleagues, or media professionals and editors, to be discerning in their reportage. We must deny these groups the undue publicity they crave. We must take them off the front pages and accurately report them as the criminals that they are, without glorifying their acts or giving credence to their false narratives. These, of course, are not freedom fighters. They are murderers, kidnappers, and destroyers, and they must be presented as such.
This is NTA News 24.
Now, the National Assembly is embracing technology to enhance operations and enable lawmakers participate in sessions and vote on resolutions without being physically present. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali has details on the strategies being adopted to achieve this.
The idea of e-parliaments aligns with the current judicial practice in Nigeria as provided in the Evidence Act, which allows the admission of computer-generated evidence in courts. This retreat for top management of the National Assembly is laying out plans and designing ways to effectively delegate and discharge responsibilities using digital platforms in the legislature.
The National Assembly of Nigeria is a major player in the international legislative space. So we can't afford to be left behind in terms of the trending development.
We are trying to see how we can bring in a full platform of digital system, the IT deployment, and the IT deployment should help us to work towards achieving that set dream of the e-parliament that have been set aside because of certain legal impediment in the Evidence Act.
Especially with the increase in so many structures, like the House of Representatives has increased its number of committees from 109 to 147. And there are so many issues, so many things that have been introduced in the system which require qualified hands to handle.
The policy, when implemented, would create better understanding within the public space on the workings of the legislature, as proceedings, documents and records can be accessed online.
Transformation of our research methodologies, digitalization of our system, especially the archiving system, these are all the things we need digital transformation to achieve. And this retreat, one of the key factors we are discussing at this retreat is digitalizing the National Assembly management system.
To preserve institutional memory, and we are going to look at things like staff discipline, and we do look a little bit into staff welfare also, because we are going to look at stress management.
The management would be able to develop a strategy, work plan and vision that would help to keep in place the very important role that National Assembly plays in supporting and sustaining our democracy.
The retreat has as its theme building an accountable, transparent and resilient parliament. Lami Ali, NTA News.
Now, the House of Representatives has reiterated commitment to creating a constitutional role for traditional rulers in order to empower them as facilitators of peace and unity in the country. Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, stated this while presenting vehicles to 4 monarchs as part of his empowerment program. He described the 10th House of Representatives as a dependable ally of the traditional system that would continue to lead in the recognition and empowerment of traditional rulers.
This is just a symbolic gift to help you, particularly in ensuring peace and stability in your communities. And I want to assure you as well that this is just the beginning of the support will be given to traditional institutions. Same provision has been made in the 2025 budget, which also will be distributed through all the 6 geopolitical zones.
The beneficiaries, the Etsu Nupe, Emir of Ningi, Esu Karo and Kurjibo Bali, say the Speaker's gesture would enhance their ability to complement and support government at the grassroots.
That yes, we need to complement and we will contribute for the peace, stability, security and development of our communities, our states and then our nation.
Now, the Nigeria Police Force has recorded yet another breakthrough in the battle against transnational crime, rescuing 25 Ivorian nationals and arresting 8 suspects in a coordinated operation across Ogun State. Among those rescued is Laji Yoa Pierre, a key victim whose case was brought to the Nigeria Police Force attention by the National Central Bureau in Abidjan. A statement by the force indicates that acting on a formal request from NCB Abidjan, the Commissioner of Police Interpol Annex Lagos, CP Bode Ajajuni, swiftly deployed a crack team of investigators who stormed 2 hideouts in Ado-Odo Ota. They coordinated raids, led to the rescue of all victims and the arrest of the suspects believed to have lured and kidnapped the victims under false pretense, promising travel to Europe and later demanding ransom. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetukun, has hailed the operation as a testament to the NPF's resolve to root out international crime syndicates. He assured that Nigeria will remain hostile terrain for criminals targeting innocent individuals, whether citizens or foreign nationals, as investigations continue to ensure justice is served. Now, for more than 4 decades, the Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC, has been at the heart of community policing in Nigeria. This year marks 41 years of its unwavering commitment to fostering trust between the Nigeria Police Force and the communities they serve. Francis Form reports.
In a society where security challenges remain a pressing concern, the Nigeria Police Force is embracing stronger community partnerships